What if I told you there was a Medicare supplement plan that paid all of your hospital and medical bills, but wasn't the best plan? Let's dive into it. So to understand our topic for today, we've got to understand what a Medicare supplement is. A Medicare supplement is exactly what it sounds like. It's a supplement to original Medicare. Now, to really understand a Medicare supplement, we have to start at the bottom. We have to understand what Medicare is, okay? As a quick explanation, Medicare is a health insurance program for seniors or those under 65 on disability, and is provided by the government to cover about 80% of your health insurance, minus some deductibles, copays, and excess charges. A Medicare supplement is there to supplement the original Medicare so that you're not responsible for the out-of-pocket costs that Medicare doesn't cover in full. And there are many Medicare supplements out there, but there are some that are much more popular than others, and that's the purpose of our video today. There are some Medicare supplements that cover absolutely everything, but for some reason, and we'll get into that now, they may not be the best plan. So to understand this, we have to start with the most comprehensive Medicare supplement plan that exists, which is understanding a Medicare Supplement Plan F as in Frank. Medicare Supplement Plan F is going to be the most comprehensive plan that exists with Medicare. If Medicare has deductibles, copays, 20% that you're responsible for, when you have a Medicare Supplement Plan F, you're responsible for none of that. Medicare Supplement Plan F pays every single thing that Medicare doesn't pay for in full. Now, before I continue, this doesn't mean that Medicare Supplement Plan F pays for things that Medicare doesn't. It just pays for what Medicare doesn't pay for in full. So for example, if Medicare covers a service and the service is $10,000, Medicare will pay $8,000 and the Medicare Supplement Plan F will pay $2,000. So in essence, a Medicare Supplement Plan F is the most comprehensive Medicare supplement that exists. Whatever Medicare doesn't pay for in full, Medicare Plan F does. So why would I say that this isn't the best plan out there? Well, we have to look at an alternative plan that exists called Medicare Supplement Plan G, as in George. A Medicare Supplement Plan G is identical to a Medicare Supplement Plan F minus one benefit. And that one benefit is that the Medicare Supplement Plan G requires you to pay a once-a-year $226 deductible, and then you're covered at 100%. In essence, with the Medicare Supplement Plan G, you pay a once-a-year $226 deductible, and then you have a Medicare Supplement Plan F. You're covered at 100%. Now, why would I be alluding to the fact that paying this once-a-year $226 deductible is better for you than not paying it? Don't we want less bills and less out-of-pocket costs when we go to the doctors? Well, there's something that's not very clear to people when it comes to the Medicare Supplement Plan F, which is that it's more expensive than the Medicare Supplement Plan G, and so much more so that it becomes not worth it or not financially beneficial. On average, a Medicare Supplement Plan F may be between $500 and $1,000 more every single year than a Medicare Supplement Plan G. Again, a Medicare Supplement Plan F may be between $500 and $1,000 a year more than a Medicare Supplement Plan G. And the only legal difference is that a Medicare Supplement Plan G has a once-a-year $226 deductible. I can't stress enough, there is no other differential between F and G than the once-a-year $226 deductible. So if the Plan F covers this deductible for you, but it's an extra $1,000 a year to do so, you're paying an insurance company an extra $1,000 to pay a $200 deductible for you. That doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't think it should make any sense to you either. If you owed your neighbor $200, would you give me $1,000 to pay him or her the $200? It just doesn't make any sense. That's a bad deal for you. Why would you choose to pay an extra $500 to $1,000 a year to have an insurance company or to have a Plan F pay the once-a-year $226 deductible for you? It's just not a good financial move on your behalf. So the reason number one that Medicare Supplement Plan F is not the best Medicare supplement plan is because it's what I like to call the lazy man's plan. If you're too lazy to take on the responsibility of paying the once-a-year $226 deductible, then they're going to charge you an extra $500 to $1,000 a year to do it for you. That's not worth it, in my opinion. Now, that is only reason number one that Plan F is not the best Medicare supplement plan that exists. And I meet a lot of people who have Medicare Supplement Plan F. They're very hesitant to switch, okay? Before I move on to the second reason that Medicare Plan F may not be the best plan, I need to dispel something for everybody out there. A lot of people tell me, I'll never switch my Plan F because I can go to any doctor I want to. Or I'll never switch my Plan F because they paid all of my bills and I don't think anybody else is going to do that for me. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. It is not your Plan F. Say you have it with carrier A, B, or C. It's not your Plan F that's allowing you to go to any doctor. Medicare, in this instance, when you have a supplemental, is your primary insurance. So Medicare is the one that allows you to go to any doctor. The Plan F, whether it's carrier A, B, or C, doesn't have anything to do with which doctors you can and cannot see. And a lot of people don't understand or even don't believe that. Medicare is your primary insurance. Medicare determines where you go to the doctor. The supplement plays no role in it. No matter what Medicare supplemental you have, if the doctor accepts original Medicare, they must accept all Medicare supplements by law. No matter who you have, you can go anywhere. Secondly, a lot of people say, my Plan F paid for everything. Hip surgery, cancer stint, hospital stays, I didn't pay a dime. Well, that wasn't the choice of the Plan F. Medicare standardizes and regulates these plans, and the companies that offer them just abide by the rules. Your Plan F didn't decide to pay your claim or not. By law, they had to pay your claim because they are a registered Medicare supplement. Whether it's company A, company B, or company C, it wasn't that company that decided to pay your claims. It was Medicare that decided that they needed to pay those claims, and all they did was write the check. The best way that you can think about a Medicare supplement company is like a secondary clearinghouse. They receive the bill from Medicare, and all they do is write the check. So to reiterate, a lot of people think their plan is the best plan or their company is the best company. Their company, for instance, has nothing to do with it. Medicare makes all decisions on claims and network, and the companies just go along with it. All right? So now let's move on to reason number 2, why Medicare Supplement Plan F may not be the best Medicare supplement plan out there. Medicare Plan F stopped being offered or is no longer offered to new Medicare beneficiaries after the year 2020. Anybody who started Medicare prior to 2020 can always keep their Plan F and can always choose to take a new Plan F if they want to. But people who are new to Medicare after 2020 can no longer take a Plan F. This results in a lot of people saying, if I can't get a Plan F anymore, I'm going to keep my Plan F because it's the best plan out there. Well, that isn't the case. As we've already discussed, for one reason, you're overpaying to have somebody pay a $200 deductible for you. But secondly, we've got to understand a little something about insurance before we make this next point. Insurance company prices go up over time. Whether you have Plan F, Plan G, or any Medicare supplement plan, your price slightly increases as you get older. Now, to keep that price increase fair, insurance companies need to always be bringing on new, young, healthy individuals to offset the older, sicker people in the group that cost them more money. Again, for insurance prices to stay low over time, you need to have new, young, healthy people join the plan to offset the cost of the older, sicker people that are already in the plan. Well, in a Plan G, for example, anybody can take one. So new, young, healthy people take a Plan G all the time, and that offsets the cost for the older, sicker people that have a Plan G. Unfortunately, this can't happen in the Plan F. Now that the Plan F is no longer offered to new beneficiaries, no new, young, healthy people can join a Plan F ever again. What that means is that only older people who are getting sicker and using the policy more are left in that Plan F. If you have a Plan F now, nobody new, young, and healthy will ever join you again in that plan. And inevitably, you and anybody else in the group that is getting older and potentially getting sicker will cost the company more money, and they can't offset that cost by bringing on new, young, healthy people. So your premium is going to go up much faster over time than being with a carrier or being with a plan in which they can always bring on new, young, healthy people. So the Plan F is not going to be the best choice here either, because as you get older, that price is going to go up so much faster than any other Medicare supplement plan because nobody new can join the Plan F with you. So again, I need to reiterate, a lot of people I meet are very hesitant. I'll never leave my Plan F, best plan ever, XYZ. Well, keep this in mind. Number 1, by having a Plan F, you are paying somebody an extra $500 to even up to $1,000 a year, sometimes more, to pay a once-a-year $226 deductible for you. Would you give me $1,000 to pay your neighbor the $200 that you owe them? No, that is foolish, right? And secondly, because nobody new, young, and healthy can ever join the Plan F again, everybody in the Plan F is getting older, potentially getting sicker, and that costing the insurance company more money is going to in turn raise your premium even faster. Now, after all of this talk, you might be thinking, well, should I switch to a Plan G? Or can I switch to a Plan G? Well, here's something people are always amazed to hear. You do not have to wait until Medicare annual enrollment between October and December to switch a Medicare supplement, to switch from a Plan F to a Plan G. That can be done all year long. Let me repeat that. You do not have to wait until the annual enrollment period to switch your Medicare supplement. You can switch from a Plan F to a Plan G any time of year. But depending on the state you live in, you usually will have to answer health questions to do so. You need to be in some sort of state of decent health to switch from a Plan F to a Plan G to save that money or to make that move into that more cost beneficial plan like the Plan G. So if you are in decent health, and decent health is defined differently by every carrier, but if you are in decent health, you can always reach out and we can go through those health questions and determine, can you switch from a Plan F to a Plan G? Because some people can't. Some people might not be able to switch based on their health, and that's fine. You'll always be in a comprehensive Medicare supplement plan. But if you want to be getting the best bang for your buck, if you want to make sure you're in the most cost efficient while being the most comprehensive plan that exists, moving to a Plan G is an absolute no-brainer, okay? So keep in mind, if you are in decent health, you can always make that switch. If not, it may be a challenge to do so. Secondly, a lot of people say, well, John, I hear everything you're saying, but I'm still scared to leave the Plan F. Well, here's one other piece of advice I'll give you. You don't have to move over to a Plan G if you don't want to, but if you feel as if you're paying too much for your Plan F, you can always move from one company's Plan F to another company's Plan F and save money that way too, in the same way that you would with the Plan G by answering health questions. A lot of people are too nervous to switch right away, and they might go from Company A's Plan F to Company B's Plan F. We haven't talked about it in detail today, but every Plan F is identical by law. There is no difference between one company's Plan F and another. Medicare sets the standards for what a Plan F is, and the companies just abide by it. So if you are nervous to leave the Plan F, consider moving from one Plan F to another and saving money if you're healthy enough to do so. If not, and if you're looking to be as cost comprehensive as possible or cost beneficial as possible, move from a Plan F over to a Plan G if it's possible. Hopefully that was a good education for you in understanding why, in our opinion, Medicare Plan F is not the best Medicare supplement plan. It may be the most comprehensive, but it is not the most cost beneficial, and it will go up more over time than any other Medicare supplement plan, unfortunately because nobody new is allowed to join it. So don't think just because you have a plan that people can't take anymore that you've got the best plan out there. As you've already done today, take the time to get educated and see, is there something better out there for me? If you liked our video, please feel free to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, or leave us a comment below and we'll be sure to respond. We have plenty of other educational information out there and other material you can take a look at. If you'd like to have a broker in your corner or have somebody on your team, if you'd like to reach out because you have questions or see if anything is possible for you, please give us a call at 848-226-6897 or visit our website.